Hi guys, today I'll be reviewing the Matek F405 CTR all-in-one flight controller. I ordered this from FPV Faster, who are located in Sydney, Australia, and this arrived within about 7 days, but there was some delivery delays, so that's the only reason. Otherwise it would usually arrive within 3 or 4 days, depending on where you are in Australia. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go check those guys out. So now let's get into the specifications of this board. It's got an MPU 6000 gyro, which is generally known to be better than the ICM gyro, and I personally prefer it more. But if you look at the Matek F4, they soft mount the ICM gyro, which should technically give better performance than the MPU 6000 gyro, but it has to be done correctly, otherwise it'll have like more noise and sometimes twitches the motors. It's got 6 D-shot inputs instead of 4, which is really great if you stuff up one of the D-shot inputs or do something to the board that doesn't allow you to use them. It's also got an 180 amp current sensor just there, which is, I don't really know many people that are going over that amperage, so that's really great to see. It's got the really big battery solder pads, so if you're soldering your camera or VTX straight to your battery pads, and that's really good. It's also got a VBAT pad just there if you don't want to use the battery pads. The USB is powered off like your computer USB connection, so you don't need to have a battery soldered to the board to use that. The boot button is just there for when you're updating firmware on the board on Betaflight. It's got 4 UARTs, so you can use them for like GPS, telemetry, crossfire, and all that kind of stuff. There's a buzzer pad, just, if I can find it, just there. It's also got a LED pad, so if you're using LEDs on that, that's also good. It's got an RSSI pad, so if you've got an analog RSSI receiver, then such as like the XM Plus or something, then you can just solder that right there. Black box just underneath there, so that's good for diagnosing problems with your flight controller. So that's really good to see. It's also got an OSD, which most boards these days have as well, just there. I see an OSD as an essential thing, just to see all the battery voltage and if you want to name your craft, maybe use crosshairs, any kind of stuff like that, and how long you've been flying. The one thing I don't like about this board is it hasn't got a 4-in-1 ESC connector, but you can direct solder the 4-in-1 ESC to these pads here. So it's got signal 1, signal 2, signal 3, signal 4, and then it's got grounds and 5-volt as well. So, apart from the board itself, the package that it comes with a fiberglass stack plate, so you can just stick that on top of your board, just like that, and then you can mount your VTX or receiver on top of that if you don't have much space in your frame. So I'll probably be using that because I've got the Frog Light frame, which tends to be quite cramped in there. It also comes with a Rubicon 470 UF capacitor, 35 volts. That's quite a good capacitor, so I'll probably use that as well, just in case I ever get some problems with noise. I've already mounted the grommets onto it, but it comes with 6 grommets, and the 2 spare grommets here are really useful if you like break one when you're installing them or something like that. So that's good to see as well. So that's everything that comes in the package. This is the package it comes in, and then the flight controller comes in this as well. So this costs about $40 US. I'll put the Australian price on there. If you're international, then you can buy from Banggood. If you're in Australia, you can buy from like Phaser FPV, FPV Faster. And if you're in US, you can buy from Race Quads, Rotor Riot, all of those guys. So thank you guys for watching. If you've got any suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. And if you have any questions, I'll try to reply to all of them. Thanks for watching. Bye. Just a quick note, after filming this, I realized that I forgot to mention that I'm doing a build video. So if you want to see that, then maybe subscribe and turn on the bell notification to get notified when I upload it. I'll be going over the setup of Betaflight and all that kind of stuff. But if you want a more detailed guide, or you just want to see a guide right now, then go check out Joshua Bardwell's channel. He has a really detailed guide on Betaflight setups and all that.